Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Waste Talk series. If you need tips and tricks to reduce waste that goes to landfill, this series is for you. Today, I'm joined by Charlotte. Charlotte is a school teacher. She believes in power of reusables, and she uses reusables in her daily routine. Hi, Charlotte. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the Waste Talk series. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm really excited to know your experience with reusables. And we
hmm
will also talk about Blenderz and RePlenish, all these local resources as well at the end.
hmm
So let's start with the heart of the home, kitchen and bathroom. What
Okay.
all reusables do you use in your in these areas?
Yeah, so I feel like in the kitchen, the bathroom, that's where most of the time there are a lot of reusables that are available for people to use, which is wonderful. So I'll go through a few of them. Um, One of them that I have is these reusable little cupcake or muffin forms. And so instead of using the paper ones that then you have to throw away, I use the reusable ones. They're made of silicone. So these ones are really wonderful. When I'm baking something in the oven or frying something in the oven, I will use a reusable silicone baking mat. So they do get kind of stained, but it's been well loved and well used. And so this is instead of using like parchment paper or aluminum foil, I just use this and then put it on the pan, and then I just wash it and reuse it again and again. So this is really awesome and helpful. Some other things I don't use plastic wrap at home because that ends up just going in the garbage. And so I use little bowl covers. These are made of fabric and they're reusable. And so you can put them on a bowl or a container, or there's different sizes that I have. And they look like this. They're stretchy. And there's large ones too that you can use like on a kind of like on like a baking dish or something. If you want to put it in your fridge, you can use a big one and put it on top like
So,
this.
yeah, I
Um,
have a question on this. So, how often do you need to wash these? Do they get dirty easily?
that's a good question. Yeah, so I do wash them after I use them.
Every time.
So usually after every time, especially if you notice that it's gotten food on it, then I
Okay.
would definitely
Yeah.
rewash them. But
Because I
they're
use dish plates, so yeah, of course, I also wash those every time.
Yeah, they're very easy to use, very lovely. They're made in Edmonton, so I really like supporting small local businesses. So,
So where
yeah.
did you get these?
These ones are called So Happy, is the company of the woman who sews them in Edmonton. I got them from the Replenish store.
Okay, from the replenish itself. Okay,
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
about that later. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And then what else? I try not to use Ziploc baggies because those are plastic and usually they end up getting thrown away. So I try and use for like snacks, like packing lunches, I use like little fabric bags. And then you can wash them on the inside after you're done. So for like dry snacks, like trail mix, or things like that, or putting like a cookie in here, something. So I have little snack bags that I use. For other things, like if I'm freezing things, I'll use silicone bags. So they're big. I have some bigger ones, and I use these for example, like freezing fruits or berries or things in the freezer. I'll put them in here and then stick them in the freezer. So these are great because they're easy to reuse and wash, and they're made of silicone. So
Yeah, and they're freezer safe, right?
these are
So
freezer
yeah.
safe. Yeah, they're food safe silicone. Yeah, so I really love those. I believe my snack bags are made in Canada too, so I like that. What else? I don't use paper napkins at home because those end up just becoming waste. And so I always use cloth napkins. I have different colors and sizes and shapes, but I love using cloth napkins that you can just reuse and then wash and throw in the washer. So that's great too. What else? I like using uh, reusable paper towels. So I don't buy paper towels anymore. This is what I use. So it's like fabric paper towels.
Okay.
Um, and they come in like fun different patterns, but it's basically just cloth. So you could also just use like rags that you have at home, like cloth, like if you have clothing that you don't use anymore,
So
you could
how
cut it.
many are these in one roll? Like like,
Yeah, so they kind of just wrap around because the cloth is they kind
yeah.
of stick to each other, and I think there might be like 7 or 8 of them wrapped onto here. And then, yeah, you just pull them off, use it, wash it, and then put them back on. There's a whole roll of them on here. So these are also sewn in Edmonton. So I like supporting
So which
Edmonton.
store again, Replenish or somewhere else?
Um, I think I bought these from the maker online, and they're called Rewind Reusables, but she makes them in Edmonton. So,
Wow, wow,
yeah. Yeah, so I like using those. Um, what else? I think that might be it for the kitchen, except for like grocery shopping. I know like everybody uses bags for the most part that they bring from home for grocery shopping. But I still see a lot of people using the plastic produce bags in the grocery store. I don't know if you've noticed that as well.
yeah, that's right. Because reusable bags, those grocery bags are banned, so people get those
Yeah.
ones, but produce bags are not banned, so nobody
Yes.
wants to.
So exactly, people
Yeah,
bring like the fabric bags from home now, I think is more of a good habit people have since the plastic bags were banned. But I still see lots of people using the plastic produce bags. So either I will do one of two things. If I forget my produce bags at home, I have a whole bunch of them, like little fabric kind of like produce bags that look like this. Just to put the produce in. If I forget them at home, I will just honestly put my produce in the cart without a bag
yeah,
because it
that's
doesn't
right.
really need a bag. A
Yeah,
banana has its own peel. It doesn't need a bag. I see
that's
people
right.
putting bananas in the plastic produce bag and I'm thinking that doesn't make any sense. but
A
but
lot of
any
people don't know that we have this alternative, right? Than these produce
yeah.
bags, even if you want to get.
Yeah, like these are great.
Yeah,
But if you forget these at home or if you don't have any, you can just put the produce in your cart. And I mean, when you get home, you're gonna wash it anyways, right? I think that's mostly it for the kitchen. And then we could go into the
sure.
next
Yeah, in the
segment.
bathroom, what all do you use?
Sure. So for the bathroom, let me see here. So I have a few different things. One thing, this is kind of where the Replenish store comes into play because I love going there to refill different things that I need for the bathroom. So like hand soap, this is hand soap in a glass bottle here, and I just go once it's empty, I just go to the Replenish store and they just fill it up for me, and there's no waste. I don't have to like put I know it goes into the recycling, like plastic soap bottles go into the recycling, but recycling plastic is tricky, as you know, right? Like it's hard for it to get recycled back into the same thing because it just kind of downgrades the
Yeah,
plastic, you
yeah.
know.
And anyway, if it is recyclable, doesn't mean that we use a lot of items that can be recycled.
Yeah,
Because of volume as well, we cannot recycle 100% items. Only some of it
right.
is recycled, rest of it goes to landfill.
Yeah. Yeah, so the soap is really good. I get refills of
So,
soap.
what is this size? Is it like it seems to be 500 ml or something?
I think it's about 5 or 600.
Okay,
It's
and then you go every week or like every month
so
or
this lasts me about a month. Yeah.
a month. Or
Yeah.
maybe we can also take a bigger container and,
Yeah.
1 liter or 2 liter, and
Yeah.
then we take trips. Yeah, if you have more
Yeah.
than, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So they have hand soap, they have lotion. So I get like face lotion I get there. This is my face lotion that I get refilled at Replenish as well. I usually buy shampoo bars there, but I don't have one right now to show you. I also try and use bar soap when I can. So this is a bar soap that I made myself. Um,
Okay, and how did you make it?
well, I actually went to a soap making class and learned how to make soap, and it was
Okay,
really fun. And soap, bar soap, in its nature is waste free. Like you don't have to throw away a package or a jar or a bottle for it, right? So yeah.
So, do you remember the recipe by chance? What are the ingredients?
It's a little bit complicated. I don't remember the recipe off the top of my head, but you have to have oils and butters. So I believe we used like shea butter, and I think we might have used like, oh, maybe like almond oil or like grapeseed oil, different kinds of oils and butters. You can use cocoa butter if you want in your soap. Shea butter is really nice. And then you have to use sodium hydroxide, I believe it is, um, which is the
Yeah,
chemical process to
yeah.
turn like lye. You need lye to turn it into soap. So it's a bit of a process, and you have to have some safety equipment and stuff like that to create it. But it's really fun to make your own soap.
Yeah, making your own safe soap. I was watching Clean Bin Project other day, and then the lady, she was trying to reduce waste. Husband and wife were competing each other to reduce waste, and she found all the recipes of these things.
Yeah.
Handmade soap, toothpaste, all those things. So you Google and you find everything these days, right? A lot of
Yeah,
them.
you can find a lot of ideas and recipes online
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, instead of using like the cotton makeup removers, if you know like the little cotton rounds that people throw away, I use like fabric ones, and then these ones you
So
can
you
remove the
hand
makeup.
wash these or put in the washer?
I put them in the washer in a delicates bag, like a little laundry bag. Yeah, and
And
you
then you
just
put in the dryer as well?
I do, but you can also just let them air dry. I think I usually
Air
let
dry.
them air.
Because, yeah, my daughter uses these ones. And washing in washer is fine. But one time I threw in dryer and it became so stiff. It
Oh,
was
okay.
not reusable again. So I had to
Okay.
throw it away. But
Maybe
maybe just air dry is fine.
I would try air drying them, but they work really well and you don't have to throw them away, so that's good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Everything disposable has a reusable option,
I
right?
think I have. Oh,
Yeah, you
sorry.
talked about bar shampoo bar, and
Yeah,
So have you tried liquid refillable soap as shampoo as well from
I
Replenish?
have. I have not tried it from them, but you can get it there. You can refill like a bottle like this with shampoo, which is also a great idea. I haven't tried that. I've only tried their bar shampoos before.
Because yeah, I do use shampoo bars, and sometimes I feel that it takes more time to rub the bar.
Oh,
So if
yeah.
I can get the refillable shampoo, I would
Yes.
be very happy to find that. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
maybe
they
I
do.
will go for that somewhere. I will visit it.
Yeah,
And
they do have it there.
In Edmonton, I think it is in northeast side. Where is it?
It's in the Ritchie neighborhood, I believe.
And there
It's
is only one.
There is only one, but there's another store that also does refills. It's called the Carbon Boutique, and it's um, a little closer to the west end, I believe. But yeah, that one has some refills. I don't think they have as much as Replenish, but there's some options.
Yeah, I've heard that even if you forget your own jars, they have the free jar section as well. You can grab one
Yes,
of their jar, and
yes.
so how do they price it when you are refilling any jar? For example, your hand soap.
How does it work?
How does the pricing work? Because
Oh,
how do
the
they
price.
weigh?
Yeah, so they're really good about it. So they'll take your jar and then they'll weigh the jar first on
Yeah.
their scale so that the weight of the jar does not count. And then they will fill it with product and then weigh it a second time. So you're only paying for what's in the jar. So that works really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah. So when we talk about these refillable items, there is just one option, right? We go to a store and get it. And some people think about quality and cost. I mean,
Hmm.
for
Hmm.
quality, I mean, they are going for Pantene, L'Oreal, these branded names for shampoo. So what are
Yeah.
your thoughts on this? Do you really love these? How do these work for you?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Especially that moisturizer as well. You were showing the lotion, right?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I really like the face lotion. I think it's quite affordable for face lotion because face lotion can also be quite expensive if you want it to be. Um, I think that price wise, maybe like for some things, like for shampoo bars, for example, I think they can be a little pricey to start with. Like it looks like they're quite pricey, but I've noticed with the shampoo bars, one shampoo bar will last me like 4 months. And so then I realized, wow, it's like it's worth the price over time. Otherwise, I would have had to buy like 4 bottles of shampoo in that time, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for liquid shampoo, I was comparing the price. It is almost same, $2 to $3 per 100 gram, just like the
Mm-hmm.
branded one. So, and this is also good quality. If you go to their website, they have all the ingredients they are using it
Yes.
in it, right? And these
Yeah.
are sulfate-less, phthalate-less, those natural products they are using in this.
Yes. I think they're better for the environment, and usually they're like local Canadian brands, so I like to support Canadian businesses. Yeah.
Yeah. So for someone who has never been there, what would you suggest? For example, I have never been there. So how
Um,
to start with?
Yeah, well, the people there are very friendly, and if you haven't been there before, they'll explain to you exactly how it works. You can also bring your own jar, or if you don't want a jar of your own, they have jars you can purchase. They also have jars you can just pick up for free when people donate jars. You can just go to their little section of donated jars and just grab a jar if you forgot yours, and then just ask them to fill it for you. It's also because it's like bulk refill, it's really fantastic because you can just try a sample of a product. So if you're thinking to yourself, wow, I don't know if I'm going to like this shampoo, if it's a liquid shampoo, for example, you can just ask for like a little tiny bit to try out. And you can just pay for a little tiny bit in
Just
your
a
jar
tiny.
and go home and try it out and see if you like it. And then if you don't like it, well, you don't need to buy that brand again or buy that shampoo again, or you could try a different one. And if you love it, great, right? Whereas if we go to a regular store and just buy a big bottle of some kind of, I don't know, normal shampoo,
Yeah.
I don't know, some regular brand. I can't think of a brand right now, but like if you L'Oreal or whatever, and if you don't like it, well, you're stuck with that big bottle of shampoo. You can't just buy like a tiny sample usually.
And those big bottles of shampoo, those get expired as well soon, right?
Oh,
I mean, you can use the expired one, it wouldn't do anything bad to your hair. But if you are concerned about expiring from here,
right.
you can get small quantities and keep
Yes.
getting, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah.
So maybe that's what I will do. I will go there and will get couple of sample amounts, for
Mhm.
maybe dishwashing liquid, shampoo, and cleaner as well. I think they have cleaners, all
I
purpose.
do. I have cleaners that I can show you.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I buy I got some glass bottles of cleaner. This is a bathroom cleaner, so I just put my own labels on it and they just filled it up for me. This one is a
So these are concentrates like you mix with water, or they just come as is?
no, this is just as is. This is a toilet bowl cleaner that I got from Replenish and they just filled it up for me. And I can just once it's empty, I'll just go back and refill it again and again. So, yeah.
I'm just imagining you might not have anything in your trash. The way you are using these reusables in bathroom and your
Uh,
kitchen. That
I,
is
I, I,
awesome.
I still have trash. Sadly, there's still
So what do
something.
you have? Give me an example. I can't believe you.
I think probably one of the biggest things is food waste. Not
Mhm.
sorry, not food waste, food packaging.
Yes.
Like it's very hard to get away from food packaging. Like I feel like so many things we buy at the store is just packaged in plastic. Like if you buy meat from the store, it has styrofoam on the bottom and then plastic on top, right? If you buy a bag of frozen vegetables or frozen fruits, it's in a plastic packaging, right? Or like some, I don't know, like cheese, like a block of cheese, it's in plastic packaging. So there's a lot of,
So yeah, there are not good alternatives for these items. You can get lentils, pasta in bulk. In
yes,
your own produce bag, you can get it. But
yeah,
yeah, we need to find something for these cheese, chicken, etc. as well.
yeah, there's still, waste that goes with that, and it's hard to avoid. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
when you were talking about jars, I was thinking we can donate our own jars there at Replenish.
You can, yeah, as long as they're clean and you washed them out, then you can donate your old glass jars.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
So, let's move to the next topic, blenders.
Okay.
And
Yes.
yeah, I think you have got some experience with blenders as well. So, everyone, if you don't know blenders, it's the amazing spot for a textile waste, right? Textile, reusable, and repurposing. So, yeah,
Hmm.
why you go there and how, yeah, what you do with that.
Yeah, so I've been to Blender's a few times now. I've been there for their sewing classes.
Mhm.
So they host sewing classes and they use textiles that have been donated to them that can't be perhaps reused. So perhaps like clothing that might have like a tear in it, or maybe a ripped pair of jeans or something with a stain on it that people don't want to rewear. So then the textiles can be like cut up and repurposed.
Mhm.
So the usable parts can be cut up and reused in sewing projects. And so I've been there for a few different classes.
So you went for the classes in a group, like somebody invited you, or you just registered on your own?
I went on the first class. I went with a friend, and then I went to actually two classes. I've been with a friend, and then I went to two classes on my own.
Okay, so can you talk about pricing? Are those costly classes, or like what kind of pricing do they have for this?
Yeah, so the classes are usually, I'm trying to think here. Usually they're under $100. Like I think the beginner class was $45 for like the learn to sew class. So I think the beginner, like that's pretty reasonably priced for a beginner class. It depends on what the project is. If it's more intricate, the pricing goes up. If it's like a more complex project, but it's a fun way to reuse textiles and not have it go to the landfill.
So do you have your own sewing machine at home?
I don't, but I would like to get one, but I don't have one, so that's why I've been to some of the sewing classes. I have two things I can show you that I made. Just a moment. So one of the things that I made in the class was mittens. So I went to the mitten sewing class and
Hmm.
I made these little mittens, and they're made out
So
of,
these are not knitted, these are sewn.
these are sewn, they're made out of sweaters. So
Okay.
these are like sweaters that were donated to Blenders. And sometimes, like I said, they might have a hole in them, and the sweater might have like a rip or a hole, and so it can't really be reworn, but then it gets cut up into different projects. So these are mittens that I sewed using old sweaters. And then another class I went to was the slipper making class. So I used some old we reused or upcycled jean fabric. So I made these little slippers out of old
Wow.
jeans.
So what's inside? Did you put some other material, or it's just from the jeans?
No, this is like a uh, what am I trying to say? Like an animal fur
Mhm.
rug
Well,
that was
okay.
donated to them that got reused. So it's like soft on the inside and then jean fabric. Yeah.
Great. And once you learn it, you can make as many as you want.
You can if you remember how to do it.
So, yeah, kitchen, bathroom, replenish, blenders. Let's
Hmm.
talk about heading out. You can use a lot of
Hmm.
reusables when you are heading out your home.
Yes, that's
So, how do you do that? What all do you use?
Yeah, so I'm not perfect and sometimes I forget, but I try to remember most of the time. So I think the first two are pretty obvious, but like bringing a thermos, like a coffee thermos with you or a tea thermos when you go out. I'm usually surprised by how many people at the coffee shops don't bring their own thermoses. And there's so many takeout cups that we know can't go in the recycling, they have to go in the garbage. And then also bringing like a reusable water bottle as well is really good. Those ones I think are pretty.
You were saying this is obvious, but these obvious things we forget,
Yes, I know it is
So,
obvious, but sometimes I still forget, and then
so
I
maybe
kick
we can keep
myself.
these items close to our key that we always have to take or with along with our
Yes,
purse, you know.
yes,
And
that's a
then
great
whenever
idea.
we carry our purse, we can also get the
Yeah.
thermos, coffee mug, or water bottle.
Yes, yeah. I also have like I have a little cutlery kit.
Okay,
It
that also.
looks like this, and then you can just bring it along if you go to a restaurant, and if they don't have reusable cutlery, and if they just have if they have other kinds of cutlery, you can just reuse it. So,
So this
yeah.
stays in your purse or in your car?
This goes in my tote bag, and
Tote
then
bag. Okay,
I
you
bring my
always
tote
carry.
bag with me when I go out. Yeah. But this is also made in Edmonton. So,
Okay, and
yeah.
from the same store, Replenish.
No, this is from Earth Warrior Lifestyle. So she sews a lot of reusables, and
Mhm.
she does it in Edmonton as well. So that's kind of fun.
I think I have heard about this lady. Yeah, this is
Okay.
yeah.
She does a lot of reusable things that she makes. One other thing that she makes that I used this Christmas was like reusable gift wrap. So I have like fabric that I use to wrap gifts with,
Mhm.
and it's just like big squares of fabric, and you fold it up around the gift. So it's a Japanese form of wrapping called furoshiki, and I don't know if you've heard of it before,
Yeah, I
but
have heard about it. Yes,
yeah, but
yes.
it worked really well, and I wrapped most of my Christmas gifts this year with fabric wrapping
So
because it's
yeah, I
usable.
have a question. So you have this fabric and you wrap the gift and give it to your friend, right?
Yes, yeah,
So how do you make sure that what she will do with this fabric?
yeah. That's a good question. Well, if they want to keep it, that's okay with me. But otherwise, I'll just ask to have it back so that I can keep
Yeah, it's
re-gifting
best to keep,
with it.
yeah, take it back and then
I
she
would,
doesn't want to use it the same way. Yeah.
yeah, I'd prefer to take it back if they don't want to keep it, so that way I can reuse it. So yeah.
And beautiful part of this is you can use it in any size for small gifts, big
Yeah,
gifts.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So
No, it's
do you do that a lot? I mean, you must be an expert in wrapping with Firo Shiki
I
method.
I just I just learned about it recently, so I just started using it this Christmas, but it was kind of fun, and I enjoyed learning how to wrap gifts a different way. So yeah.
Yeah, that is great. This is so inspiring to see these small changes make huge impact on
Hmm.
the waste that goes to landfill. You know, I'm really amazed today by the things that you use. Silicone mat, you said for
Yeah,
baking tray. I'm a
yeah,
big baker. I'm going to use all those items now, like muffin liner. I loved it. And I
yes.
always thought either I can use disposable ones or I can use nothing. I never
Mm.
reusable ones. So now
Yeah.
I know. And these replenish store, I'm going to go there. So this is not about being perfect. This is about
No.
making better choices, different choices.
Yes. Yes. And I think one thing that's interesting that you learn over time too is using reusables over time, it ends up saving money, right? Because like I don't buy paper towels anymore. And so then I save money by not buying all the paper towels over time. Like every month I don't have to keep buying and buying paper towels, for example. So I did have to spend money to buy the reusable ones, but then in the end it saves money too, which is great.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much for sharing your journey.
Thank you for asking me to chat with you about it. It was
Yeah,
fun.
we will come back with another topic. And everyone, please, I would love to see in the comment box what is one item that you cannot live without. And we will come back with another topic. Thank you.